Hawks 35-15 under head coach Nate McMillan this season.
Again, I'd like to start off first by giving thanks again to my God for this blessing. Just a wonderful opportunity to work with a great group of young men. Just thank you, God, for all that has been given to me this season. We can start with some questions.
All right. With that said, we will begin with the first question coming from Sarah Smith from the AJs.
Hey Nate, just what are the emotions like in this moment? Does it hit you yet? Can you take it all in with the guys in that locker room as well?
I'm really happy for this group of guys and coaches because all that we've talked about, they have done. There's no quit in this team. They continue to work together. They continue to trust each other. They continue to believe. I can't believe how calm I was throughout this game. And I think it just came from the fact that I knew these guys were going to give me everything that they had. They did to finish a series again on the opponent's home court. It's just, it just shows the growth of this group of men.
What can you say about Kevin Huerter's performance tonight?
Well, we've been struggling. Our guys have been struggling, trying to get that ball, put the ball in the basket. And, we said that eventually it's got to open up for us. Those shots are going to start to fall. You keep shooting the ball. You keep being aggressive. Kevin came out tonight, was very aggressive. We pretty much just fed the hot hand. I thought our guards, Trey and Lou, those guys did a good job of calling the game and keeping Kevin involved. And he did a great job of making plays for us tonight. We needed that. He came through. He's really struggled last game shooting the ball, but we believe in him. And we've said that. We believe in all of our shooters. And we wanted those guys to stay aggressive, no hesitation. And tonight, he came up big for us.
Chris Carson.
Nate, you're coaching a group that's 20, 21, 22 years old, and they just won 3 road games in Philadelphia. What can you say about the lack of fear that your group has?
I think it starts with our point guard. Trey plays that style of basketball. Even though he tonight the ball didn't fall for him, he continued to be aggressive, which put pressure on the defense to have to guard him. But then he also, fed the hot hand. He got the ball to Kevin and allowed Kevin to make plays and some other guys, So, they just continue to show growth. We talk about the things that we need to do. I felt like they were built for this moment tonight to win this game. They've shown this type of play really all season long for us, finishing a game or finishing the fourth quarter. And I really felt confident that we were going to play a good game tonight and give ourselves a chance to win.
Zach Klein.
Hey, Coach, if I were to tell you before the game that Trey would be 5 of 23 from the floor, but you would win on the road, would you believe me, A? And how did you do it despite your star guard struggling?
Well, again, just trusting in other guys and trusting in our game plan. There were certain things that we wanted to do out on the floor, and it worked tonight. Trey, we wanted him to be aggressive. We always want him to be aggressive. His shot wasn't falling, but he got the ball to some other guys, and they were able to make some plays. I thought, Kevin, of course, led us tonight, but Gallo did a good job coming off the bench. John Collins continues to be consistent in his play. I thought Clint did an outstanding job of, guarding Embiid. So it was really a team effort. One guy didn't shoot the ball well, but other guys we trusted. The rest of the team, and they came through for us.
Go to Jeff Schultz.
Yeah, Nate, following a couple of your other comments, I mean, your team really wasn't offensively tonight, and even many times in the series where it has been during the season, and yet you guys, I mean, what can you say about how far you've come defensively, how far you've come in the toughness and the courage that you referenced earlier?
We came a long ways. At the beginning of the season, we were dropping close games. We were dropping a lot of games where we had the lead going into the second half or the fourth quarter. And they've learned how to win games. They're showing composure out there. Tonight, I think it's a tie ball game going into the fourth quarter. And, we've been in this situation many times. This year, I didn't see any panic in our guys. I thought we knew what we needed to do. It was clear what we needed to do. Defensively, get stops. Offensively, continue to execute on the offensive end of the floor. And they did that, So they've come a long ways. They've come a long ways because I think now I know I feel confident going down the stretch with this group because they trust in each other, they trust in the system that we're running, and they are doing a really good job of executing going down the stretch.
Steve Hummer.
Yeah, Nate, you mentioned a lot of things about Trey already, but I wondered, even on games when he doesn't shoot well, what else does he contribute to this team, just for attitude in a setting like this?
Well, it's again, he's fearless, so the opponents, they have to guard for that. He will take a shot if he is open, regardless of how many shots he has missed. So he really stretches the defense. He puts a lot of pressure on the defense. A lot of times they're trying to get two guys on the ball, which is freeing up the rest of the group. And he does a good job of getting the ball out of those double teams when they are committing to the ball. So just the fact of Trey being out on the floor, he's a threat. You have to defend that. You have to, get sometimes two guys on the ball, which a lot of times is freeing up other players on the team. And tonight, our guys were able to make plays.
Malika Andrews.
Nate, this is a night that you guys are going to celebrate, but also this team hasn't been shy about your goals being bigger than the first round, bigger than getting out of the second round. And now the person that you're facing, one of them is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm wondering what your early impressions are of him, how much you've been watching that other series and what was going on there as you prepare for what you're facing in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, I have been watching the other series, and, really the focus has been on Philadelphia. Giannis is a great player. I mean, two-time MVP. We know what Milwaukee is all about. That's a really good team. But, our focus has been on Philadelphia. And, right now we're going to go, enjoy this. And we'll start preparing for Milwaukee tomorrow.
Allison Mastrangelo.
Hey, Nate, I'm just curious, what was the environment like in the locker room after tonight's win? Can you give it a little description of what was the celebration like?
Excited, this is a big accomplishment for us, for this team, from where they started the season and to be going to the Eastern Conference Finals, and to beat two really good teams, to have to win a Game 7. We're very excited with what we have accomplished. We know there's still a lot of work to be done. So, a lot of energy. But what this team has done this season, they haven't gotten too high. when we've won games, and we haven't gotten too low when we've dropped games. And I think that showed in tonight's game, coming out on the road and having to play a Game 7 in Philadelphia after dropping a game we could have clinched in our home building. These guys stayed with it. They came out and executed the game plan, played a solid 48 minutes, and won a Game 7, which is to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. So just great work by this group tonight.
Andrew Lopez.
Hey, Dave. What do you think of the job that Onyeka did on Embiid, especially in that first half? It seems like he was able to give you guys a lot of good minutes there to kind of give Clint actually a little bit of rest.
He really did. He really did. My coaches, I thought those guys, and let me talk about my coaches, Chris Gent and Melvin Hunt, two outstanding coaches, and they've done a great job. And I want to kind of put a plug in with all these opportunities out here. I think some of these teams need to look at these guys. They told me that Big O was doing a good job on Embiid, and we wanted to leave him in to allow him to just continue to just make Embiid work. You're not going to stop him, but if you can make him work, that's about as good as you can get. Play position defense, and Big O did that. He did that for us tonight. We gave him a few extra minutes on Embiid, and just did a real solid job. He's done a solid job really all series long with the minutes that he has gotten.
Brad Khalil.
Hey, Coach, what just kind of advantage, if you could talk about the advantage that you have two bigger guys like Huerter and Gallinari playing kind of outside and off the ball, and the way they can move and kind of be two-way guys. Just could you talk about their contribution?
Well, I mean, Gallo has played some 3 in his career. He's played mostly 4 in the last few years of his career, but in this series, because they were so big, we played a bigger lineup. We had to go to a bigger lineup with Gallinari, John Collins, and Clint Capella out there at times, and we just had 2 guards. Both he and Kevin has come off the bench for us and really made our bench so much stronger this season. But they have had to step into that starting lineup at times and play for us and give us some minutes. Those 2 guys are big keys to our success this season. And, the combination of the 2, I really like, so we always try to match those guys, keep those 2 guys on the floor together.
Thank you.
Yes.
We've got time for just 2 more. They will go to McLean Baxley of the AJC, and then Chris Kirschner.
Coach, the Hawks are now 5-2 on the road this playoffs. 3-1 in Philly. What were you able to do to kind of neutralize, very two hostile environments with a very young team and not let it run it all too much?
Again, we talk about our 3 C's, and that's really big, and it's for real. Being calm, being clear about what you need to do out there, and being connected on both ends of the floor. And normally we talk about that, making sure that we do that in the fourth quarter, but it was necessary for 48 minutes tonight that we have that calmness about us. We couldn't allow them to get out, to have a big quarter in that first quarter and the third quarter. Those was 2 quarters we wanted to make sure that we didn't allow the crowd to get into the game. So we had to make sure that we was clear about what we needed to do and execute on both ends of the floor. And I thought our guys did that. That really the energy in the building, because we were doing a great job of executing, really didn't have an impact on us tonight. And they've been showing that type of composure really most of the season, and certainly in these first 2 rounds.
Chris?
Nate, when you took over, this team was 14-20, 11th in the East, and now you're one of the 2 best teams now remaining in the Eastern Conference. Did you see the potential that this team could be in this position when you did take over?
I thought we had some talent and we could be a good team. As far as predicting the future and all of that, I don't look at teams like that because it's so tough to win in this league. What we tried to do was build a culture that would produce winning and create a style that would give these guys an opportunity to win games, and that's respecting the game. You play the game with effort every single night. You play the game together, and you trust in each other. And those are the things that I was trying to build with this group. I felt like we had some talent, even though it was young talent. And if we could get that in our system and basically learn to execute and play to win, I felt we could win some games. And I always take one game at a time. I don't look in too far in the future. I really don't look not past the next game. So that's my approach as far as taking over the team and thinking that they would be in this position. I think anything is possible if you play the game the right way. You bring the effort to the floor, and you play with that commitment, and you sacrifice as these guys have done.